What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well today. Today I'm going to be covering track that's kind of come out of nowhere, really. I've not seen anything posted about this. I've seen no work in progress pictures at all. I just loaded up the MX Bike shop today to see if anything had been uploaded, and we've been welcomed with the 101 private track, and this is something that I'm quite excited for as soon as I saw it. And the reason being, it's created by a very talented individual, a man by the name of Bobby, or Concept Graph as he's known by online. And Bobby is someone who he kind of dabbles in all areas of the game, really. I've played one custom track from him before, like months. It might have even been over a year ago now at this point. I think it might be called I Have a Dream, something along those lines. It's on the channel somewhere if you can find it. Good luck. I really enjoyed that one. Love his style of track building. He also, I think he's mostly known really for his bike designs. I think he makes some very, very nice looking bikes. He dabbles in like helmets as well, so a bit of a multi-talented man. Covers all his bases, goes across all areas, and I'm not sure if he's aware of this at all, but he'll probably be watching this video since it is on his track. However, way back in the day on MX Sim, I want to say around maybe 2017-ish. It might have been a year before or after, give or take, I'm not entirely sure. However, he had a team on MX Simulator, which was also called Concept Graph, and it was without a doubt one of my favourite bike setups of all time. He had a TM which had dual pipes, like dual full carbon. I think they were Acura, they was either Acura or Yoshi's full carbon. Looked very, very nice, like holographic Concept Graph logo on the shroud, and still one of my most favourite bike setups of all time. I wish, if I can find a picture of it, I'll throw it up for you on screen now. If not, I do apologise, but yeah, I've seen the preview lap that he's done and uploaded onto the shop. The track looks very, very nice, and what I kind of got from first impressions at least is the track it's very organic. So we've obviously got some big booters in here, which would indicate heavily to quite a man-made style of track. However, the height map, you know, like the rolling hills and the terrain and all that, I feel like it looks, and at least feels so far, quite organic. Like, it doesn't feel like super forced anywhere. Like he's kind of put some hills in there and then moulded and sculpted the track around it, and he's going for a private track kind of feel, kind of hidden away. I mean, it's a really big track for it to be hidden, unless we're like on a closed course. I feel like it would be easily spotted from anywhere. But yeah, in terms of terrain and hills, I think it feels like really, really, really nice and quite natural. I could see it being a real track. Probably not something I would tackle at all, because some of these jumps are absolutely huge booters. And he made it look a hell of a lot easier in his lap than what I am displaying so far. So on the track, there we go. Now, I am on the Yamaha 250 today, and a bit of a rare occurrence, and I usually run the Honda. However, I was messing around last night in like all of the qualifying and practice and stuff before the Daytona race. I say last night, when would you be watching this? You'll be watching this Friday night for me, so 2 days ago. And I was switching back and forth a lot between the Husky, the Honda, and the Yami. And I was really enjoying the Husky, actually, but then I'd done a little bit of a road practice on it and couldn't get it around the track when the track was rough, so I scrapped that off. The Honda feels good. It feels a little bit sluggish in some places, and I can't really explain why. It just feels like it's not got the oomph. So then I tried the Yami as well, and it feels good. The only thing that puts me off on the Yami sometimes is the engine sound, because I'm quite a audio based player. Like, I'll listen to what the bike's doing and be in a certain gear depending on that, but I can always go and change the sound at some point if I want to. And I felt really, really good leading up to Daytona. I'd done really well in the EU 450 race. I got second behind Hurls, and we actually had a really good battle for about 5 to 10 minutes. I was holding my own until the mistakes inevitably started coming, but I was really happy with how I played. And then in NA, it was just wanting to rip my eyes out. Loads and loads of mistakes from myself, getting into a bunch of different riders, and when it's 4 AM in the morning and you've been up all day long and the servers have been down, so the race gets delayed and you're extremely tired, it's just a recipe for disaster. And I know that Cam can also attest to that. He had an awful race too and was very, very heated, the same as I was. So I think I'm probably going to grow up a little bit. I mean, 27-year-old man. I mean, I play video games for my job currently. I'm very, very blessed and fortunate to do that. But I probably shouldn't be getting to a point where I'm like throwing in insults at people at 4 AM in the morning because I've been making mistakes. So I'm going to say, right now, it probably won't come true. You'll probably find me in a week or two doing it again. But I feel like I should hang up the boots on the North American series stuff. Unless I lay in until like 3 PM maybe, and then I'll be awake for it. But I've noticed a common theme of, even if I'm feeling really good, like playing a track leading up to the race, the later and later on in the day it gets, the worse and worse I play. And I think that's evident actually from the 3, or is it 4 now? It's either 3 or 4 250 East rounds that I've recorded, is the heats always go pretty damn good, feel like I'm riding well, and then by the time I get to the mains it's just stupid mistakes, like constantly. And I feel like it gets to a point where my brain shuts off and my thumbs don't do what my brain's telling them to do. And I had one example on Arlington where you hit the dragon's back, you hit that step on off and you triple into the corner, and there's a right-hander after it. I had one lap where I just went straight, like I didn't even turn, which obviously I up to that point, this was in the main event, I believe, and up to that point I'd spun maybe, God knows, like 200 laps around the track by that point, with all the practice and qualifying and race for EU. So it's not like I didn't know where the track goes, it's just my brain wasn't communicating to my hands what to do at that point in time anymore. So that is a skill issue on my behalf, and I think it might just be a byproduct of getting old, because back in my sim prime I used to do the RF series all the time and do pretty damn good. But thinking back on it now, maybe that's why I never won any titles back then, because I got second in 250s twice in the North American Supercross series. One was behind Connor Holiak, and oh god, what was the other one off the top of my head? It's going to annoy me. Someone can find it out. I can't remember off the top of my head. But then I won EU races, EU series and championships. I won 2 back-to-back in Supercross. So thinking of it now, I didn't think of it at the time. Maybe it was the lack of sleep that was causing all them mistakes. Oh well, either way. Yeah, I'm getting a bit old to be staying up at 4 AM is the point I'm trying to get across. So I think I'm going to hang up the boots for NA for the time being. It's not like I'm in title contention anymore at this point, so I'm not really losing anything at all. In terms of racing overall, I'm still going to be doing the 450 Supercross. I'm still going to be doing 250 outdoors for the time being, just all in the European time zones, because I do genuinely enjoy them. I'm still enjoying racing on the game. I get a bit of a kick out of it, but yeah, 4 AM, wouldn't recommend it. There's some people that stay up even later than me. You know, I feel like in terms of Europe, I think the UK is like, I don't know, are they furthest ahead or farthest behind in terms of time? But I know that a lot of you other guys, like from Belgium and France or Spain, wherever you may be, you are later on than us. So my 4 AM I'm sitting playing, some of you guys are still sat up playing at 5 AM in the morning. So I mean, hats off to you. I just can't really do it anymore. And I've seen a few people agree with that it doesn't work out for them. So there's that. If you're wondering why I want a Yamaha, I just kind of think I'm just enjoying it for the time being. Feel like it looks quite nice. For me, it's quite nice riding the same bike that I ride IRL, which, on the topic of IRL content, because I've seen that question popping up again and again recently, is I don't know when exactly I'll be riding IRL next, but I promise you, as soon as I do go riding anywhere, I will show you the video footage of it. So it's not like I'm going riding and just not showing you. I just haven't been since the last video, which is like months and months and months ago at this point. But the weather in the UK is slowly getting better. We're slowly getting out of that horrible, like, cold, wet, rainy weather, and it's getting a little bit brighter. I mean, looking out the window today at the time of me recording this, it's actually quite bright, which is a little bit annoying because next door's very loud children and dogs are outside having the time of their life. So I've had to kind of put off recording this video for the last hour or so, hoping that they would shut up and go inside like the grumpy old man I am. And yeah, they're keeping quiet for now, so big dubskis. This, so far, I want to say, this track is so, it flows really, really well. I feel like I'm crashing a lot less than I usually do on my first laps of tracks. Some big old booters, and in the description of this, Bobby did say that it's designed to basically have a hell of a lot of fun, just throwing her sideways, getting upside down. Where it's quite a long track, like 2.5 minutes lap time. So it's quite hard for me to remember the entire layout, at least right now. I'm sure once I've spun another God knows, like 10 laps or so, I'll be a-okay. Thank you, Barbosso. Let's just get going again. Because a lot of the jumps, they're blind takeoffs, you know, where they're so big. They're big old tabletop booters. And I think it's only natural if you can't remember everything off the top of your head after 3-4 laps. But I think the jump sizing works perfectly on the 250s. I think a 450 around here would be very much overkill. And in a way, the whole track design and the aesthetic and environment of it, it does make me feel like I'm playing a sim track. And I'm not sure what it is. It might be the trees that you use. I feel like I've seen a lot of these trees. So like that red tree in front of me, and there's a few yellowish, orangey ones behind me. These tyres as well. I feel like they might come from sim. And I don't know how many tracks Bobby made on sim. I don't know if he made any. I can't recall any off the top of my head. I'm probably mistaken on that fact. But yeah, it just has a very, very nice sim vibe. I'd expect this to be like an old school sim track back in the day. Kind of making me get the itch a little bit. I might go play some Amex Simulator after recording this video. Who knows? No, actually, that's a lie. What I am going to do, so it's Saturday for me right now. It's currently 2 PM. So once I've finished recording this, I'll go through and render it, which will take about 40 minutes or so if it's a 20-ish or so minute video. And I'm going to go to the gym early and brave all of the busy times and try and work my way through people and still get a decent workout in, because I want to try streaming some other games. So if at the time you're seeing this, I streamed Sons of the Forest yesterday and you stopped by, thank you very much. If you're seeing this and I didn't stream anything yesterday, I just end up not getting things done in time, because my goal right now is to record this video, go to the gym, come back, and then spend kind of like the prime evening hours I usually would be out at the gym streaming something a little bit different. Because I know some of you guys have been asking for it. I was contemplating bringing back the second channel, but I thought, why? Why bother? The audience is here. I've seen people like Karida, for example. He's trying to branch out and play some slightly different games on the main channel, and I know full well that it's never going to do as well view-wise as our racing streams do. Like, for example, we're still getting 400 people plus every single aerial Supercross round, which is insane. And if I was to guess right now at this point in time, if I was to stream a game like Sons of the Forest, because I haven't got face cams and things like that, I'm still going to hold on. I'm going to hold true to my word at that 100,000 sub mark, which is probably going to be like another 2 years away or so. We'll see how that goes. Oh, don't crash again 2 laps in a row. Thank you. I know the views won't be as good, but hopefully you guys can enjoy it if I do it. I imagine we might get like 50 or so plus people. That'd be quite nice. And I think it'll be nice for me to do this on weekends, just because I feel like the American audience get left out a little bit when I'm live streaming, because they're in prime EU hours. A lot of it's on weekdays when the Americans might be at school or at work, whatever it may be. And I do notice that if I stream on weekends, or when I streamed on weekends before, the views and everything was just a lot better. This community is predominantly American. I was having this debate with some people in Discord the other day, actually, and you know how all the Caboso servers keep going down, like completely down. Everyone keeps getting connection timeout, and it seems to be a lot around the aerial North American times. And I think it might just be due to the amount of traffic on the servers at those times, because it is a predominantly American game. There's a lot more players trying to play the game at that time of day. And then we was having this argument on if we do think NA or EU is bigger, and I know my audience alone, over half of it is America. So if you think if over half is America, the other half is made of the rest of the world, which is a lot more than just Europe. You know, we've got a lot of Australians here. You get people in like Canada and places like that too. So the Americans are they love their motocross. I mean, I think that is always going to be a given. It is the home of motocross. I would love to go riding in America at some point in my life. That is definitely on the bucket list. I'm sure I can drag Charlie out there at some point in our lives and go riding for a week. Should be some good fun. But I think that's a big reason that the Caboso servers keep going down, and the dev chat that I'm part of with Caboso and a handful of other people in there, I do keep saying when the servers are going down. I know that Stone Rider and Nico both said last time when they went down as well. And it sounds like, originally it sounded like Caboso didn't really have any intention of changing anything. But I think it's getting to the point now where the game is just continuing to grow more and more and more, and the game needs the infrastructure to support it. You know, I don't think we can carry on with what we're on. Netcode's one thing, you know, having bad netcode in multiplayer, it's tolerable to an extent. However, what isn't tolerable is not being able to play the game full stop because your servers can't handle the amount of players that are playing it. and I think if that doesn't get fixed, it's a surefire way of killing the game. So I think there's a lot of traction in the game right now. It's doing really, really well. Obviously, Racer X is covering it every single week in the background. I've noticed, obviously, I got asked to do the Daytona footage, which I was more than happy to do so. And what's downside that? Yeah, I asked to do the Daytona footage. Oh, and he put it on Instagram as well, like a little clip of it. And I was mentioned in there. The amount of people that followed me off the back of that, even though I don't really post on Instagram at all anymore, the amount of people that followed me, and I was like, oh, it's kind of cool that in a way that the game's getting out there more, and I'm managing to get my name out there in one aspect or another. And I think the game is just going to continue growing, which is why I feel like the game needs to improve on so many different levels. There's just all these things that have been ongoing problems for such a long time. You know, netcode's one, like game stability in general is another, like having the bikes bouncing all over the place when they crash, again, is another huge one for me. It's so unpredictable on where bikes are going to land, because I feel like they've just got magnets in them. And I mean, I love the game. As frustrated as I get with it, I love it. I wouldn't have this channel if it wasn't for it, so obviously I have Piboso to thank for that. But then I also have you guys as well, because there's a lot of you that stick around for just me, not just this. Doesn't matter what game I play, you guys will be there, which I'm very, very grateful for. Let's turn there. Get down this, and so far I've spun, what am I on? I'm on lap number 7, and the ruts are actually starting to form really nicely. I'm on 1.60 road here, so it's nothing crazy by any means, and I feel like I've been taking very, very similar lines the entire time to try and get the ruts dug in. I keep forgetting that uphill jump is quite big. I think it's the one that's over there that I'm coming up to in a second. And this corner's like very, very unique as well. There's sharp down, pop a Yui, back up the hill. I like he's had a little bit of a rock feature in there. It's just quite nice. It just adds to the environment, just makes it feel a little bit more immersive. If you look out over the distance over some of these jumps, it's all very, very pretty. And I think he's done a really nice job of it. Like, I really, really enjoy it. And yeah, again, I had no idea this was even a work in progress or even a thing. So to see it on the shop today when I woke up is very, very nice. And oh shit, actually, what's the day today? Saturday today. I've just had a horrible thought. I'm sitting here talking about live streaming different games tonight at the point of recording this. It's literally Daytona tonight. How could I forget that? Okay. I'll have to check into that. Maybe I can do it between qualifying and the night show. I'll double check my timings. If not, Sunday maybe. Sorry. Oh god, I hate when I do that. I'll sit here and talk about a topic for 5-10 minutes, and then usually happens in the recording stage that I realise that I'm completely mistaken or I've got some sort of information wrong. But we'll see. If I don't do it Saturday, maybe I'll do it Sunday. See where I'm at. But yeah, good stuff all round really. Bobby, I think this is actually a really nice, fun, flowy track. It feels very organic, very natural. It doesn't feel like super man-made, even though you've managed to get some like really big booters in here. Perfect sailing for a 250. I saw the lap that Bobby done was also on a Yam 250, so I thought I'd make the smart move for a change, not ride the 450 like I always do, and it seems to have paid off. So definitely go and check the track out. I don't actually think it would really matter what sort of skill level you are around here. I think everyone would get the same level of enjoyment. I think this is good for the newbies to kind of learn their whips, and the turns aren't anything difficult, but if you want to hit them with a good amount of speed, you've got to be quite precise. The erode is really, really nice, which is quite surprising. I'm not sure how much help Bobby's had on all of the sort of things erode wise, but the track seems to be digging down a good amount without getting super choppy and jagged. Let's send it up the hill this time. Is this the one lap that I've actually hit this clean? Oh, look at that big old booter. Send it sideways. Lovely stuff. Very pretty track. I do like all the difference and variation in trees. It makes it look quite nice and unrepetitive, and again adds to the whole natural feeling. And yeah, I'm not sure if he's interested in making any more tracks, but I'm definitely interested to play them. So yeah, thank you for all that you do for the community, sir. Whether it's tracks, bike skins, the helmet designs, all really, really cool stuff. If you're interested in seeing some of Bobby's work, definitely go on the MXB mods page and just search. I think he's on there as Concept Graph. He's got so many nice bike decals. There's some Suzuki ones that I used to run back in the day that I really, really enjoyed as well. And I need to remember to go and find that MX Simulator team post, see if I can find it anywhere. If not, My bad. But hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know if you did, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. Have a lovely rest of the day, wherever you guys are up to. I'll catch you in tomorrow's video. Peace.